Two problems. One of them is the steering wheel tilt quit working. But if you get behind that gear and put some shims behind it, it'll line up with the worm gear better. And apparently I don't even have to replace anything. I can just get back there, put some washers behind it, and it'll be fine. Coolant temperature sensor, I put it in. And because those things are, it was $15. Coolant temperature sensor's right there. Replaced that, and then while I was doing it, I was resting my hand on this, and I broke this tab right here. So I tried fixing it, and of course that didn't work because it's on the high pressure side. I'm waiting on a radiator right now. This has got to be the original radiator. So I got a new one on the way. And this little tab right here, you don't want to rest your hand on that, the sucker will break. I'm going to put something under that, maybe like a bigger piece of hose around that area, so that way if you happen to set your hand on it, then it won't break it off, but at the same time it shouldn't break that easily. So that tells me that this radiator's brittle, ready to go at any time. Original equipment, 21 years old, no thanks. Really should do hoses too, but these main hoses look fine. This transmission lines look okay. Really hope it gets here soon. Anxious to do this. I found these gears on eBay for 15 bucks. This one looks okay. It just needs to be spaced out a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to put a washer that fits over that. Alright, let's see what happens here. Man, I sure wish my radiator would come, but yeah, this washer, I took it to the wire wheel because it was all rusty and crappy. So, I'm going to stick it back up in there and try to slather some of that ancient grease on it. I'd like to be able to just put the tilt in one place and leave it there. I don't know if the motor controls both or if there's another motor on this other side. I gotta put another washer on the outside. It's still sliding back and forth. You want to keep it in there. So yeah, I didn't put an extra washer in the front. I just put a big one in the back. It looks pretty centered up with the worm gear there. Yeah, it's pretty centered with the worm gear, so you just have to put washers in the back. Okay, yeah, I do need a washer in the front, turns out. Well, the fix was working for a while, but it just doesn't sound happy, and I'm afraid it's gonna go out again. Yep, there it goes. I'm thinking it's the motor because I use this car for my job. I'm in and out of my car 20 times a day, and the steering wheel's just up and down, so I'm gonna get it down and leave it there. Still have the telescopic. Oh well, it doesn't really bother me that much. I just wish I had this radiator. So yeah, the plug for it's right here. So I'm just gonna unplug it. Man, I can't wait to get an exhaust. Yeah, my little fix didn't work. Wouldn't recommend. Just waiting on UPS to get here. There's a connector at the bottom of the fan, on the bottom driver's side. Okay, I got the coolant drained out of the radiator. Yeah, I'm just waiting on the new radiator. Should be here soon. Just need to take off these transmission cooling lines, and then there's a sensor as well. I really hate getting soaked in various vehicle fluids. I would not recommend, and heed the warnings on the label. If you do get it on you, don't let it soak in your skin. Wash it off. Try to wear gloves if you're dealing with old oil or anything. Yeah, this is universal coolant. It's not regular green style. I know you're supposed to run Toyota red, but this claims it can do Toyota. I mean, it's not going to last as long. I only keep it in here for that long, but next time, whenever I do a coolant flush, I'm going to use Toyota red. But I'm sure this stuff is fine. It just doesn't last as long. You probably have to, do it every 3 years, 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I broke this because I placed my hand right here and cracked this off, and it broke really easily. If you hear a bird in the background, it's a guinea hen. Thing is hilarious. Not really, but yeah, this is bad. This radiator's original. And look at this. This shit just chips off. Oh man. Wow, this thing was a ticking time bomb. I already knew that. I mean, that's one of the things I wanted to do. That's insane though. I can just pick that off. Oh my god, that's terrible. Huh. I'm gonna put a stronger zip tie on next time, right? I just need to take out the bottom fan bolts, and then there's also a sensor down there that you gotta do. Probably gonna wait to get the new one before I disconnect the transmission lines. Huh. I guess that goes with the theme of the design of the car, right? Oh, I need to clean it off. It's come down to this. I don't even know what that is. I wonder how much will come out of this. Oh shit. You know what would really get that going is if I turn the car on. Huh, cool, not very much. It goes uphill. It means I can just stick this up somewhere and then it won't leak. Do I hear a delivery truck in the distance? FedEx truck. So yeah, I'm gonna replace the clamps, right? I get these at Home Depot. They're a little bit better than the Harbor Freight ones. You can tell the Harbor Freight ones are a lighter color. Be a good idea to replace the line at this time, but I mean, it's not cracking or anything. Like, I got the new radiator for 80 bucks, free shipping. Out with the old junk. Hopefully the new junk arrives soon. And this just rests in the bottom, I do believe. I can just pull it out. Wow, that sucks. Oh shit, transmission fluid. Here's a little something, 91 CT70. I thought it was an 81. I was wrong. Needs to be changed, but looks good. Let's see if it's damaged in shipping or the wrong one. Looking like the right one so far. So far it's looking like it's undamaged. So looking pretty good and looking like the same one, so let's do that. And there's that tab I broke off. What I want to do is put something around that so that way it can't break off. Man, this thing is super fragile. Got a little dent in there. Just a little blemish there, but the rest of it's good. Yeah, be careful with this shroud. I'd have liked to have seen it run a little bit lower than where it was before, but you know, it's working good. $80 free shipping, and it wasn't a horrific job. Yeah, I wish I would have got it earlier in the day. That is about it. And I'll do an update on the gas mileage. Yeah, that's too good of a number. I'll have to come back actually with the gas mileage update, but the coolant temperature sensor, that might have just done something. I feel like it has a little more power. It got rid of this weird dead spot that would happen, and then when it was really hot, it would run really doggy, like my old car did. She's running good. Been trying to make my videos longer. Usually are only like 2 or 3 minutes long.